When it comes to getting clear, radiant skin, especially if you're oily skinned or you have a propensity for acne breakouts, the type of cleanser you're using and what it's doing to your skin is extremely important. So I'm excited about today's video because it's about a kit that I put together for people with sensitive or oily or acne prone skin, and really for anyone, because even at my age of 61, I just had a bump on the top of my nose. And of course I had a lot of events this last weekend, so they never show up at a good time. However, I have one of the best spot treatment formulas known, and it works amazingly well. We're going to talk about that in today's video and how to get super clear, super glowing skin, no matter what age you are. And if you are someone who is prone to acne breakouts, super oily skin, or you know someone in your family or friend circle who does, please make sure to download or save this video because it's going to be helpful for someone. Now, if you just happen to be new to the channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, skincare expert. I've been helping folks with skin and skincare issues for 38 years, helping them find solutions that are going to work for them, not into their wallet, and not do more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I hope you will stick around and subscribe. All that said, let's talk acne breakouts. Now, that's how I got in skincare, by the way. I had super resistant cystic acne in my teens and 20s. This is back in the 80s. And the funny thing about that is there have not been a whole lot of new developments since the 80s in the treatment of acne or cystic acne. We now know diet plays an important role. I've talked about that here on the channel. There's several videos on that subject, but also super important, as I learned from my dermatologist back then, before I was an esthetician, has to do with the type of products you're using on your skin. And oftentimes products that are labeled for oily skin or acne prone skin or even acne itself aren't super helpful, and in fact can make the problem worse. There are three things going on when it comes to acne prone skin, super oily skin. That is over oil production of the oil glands in the skin, obvious, right? Also bacteria on the skin, the immune system's response to that bacteria, and the slowness of sloughing off of dead skin cells on the surface of the skin that can actually get impacted down in that sebum in the pore around the hair follicle. That's where the bacteria starts to grow. We get the bump, we get the cyst, we get the scar if we're not careful. So this 4-step product kit that I have together in my own skincare line, my personal line, signature line at Clear Revolution Skincare, made just for you guys. And I know some of you may be unaware that I have a small signature skincare line, not at retail. You're not going to find it at Target. It's online at Clear Revolution Skincare only. And while you're not able to get it at retail, you have to go to the website. The link will be below. There'll also be a coupon code to help you save money should you decide to try any of these. First, we're going to talk about cleanser, because as I said, overproduction of oil in the skin, not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to the aging process in the skin, because the more hydrated and oily your skin is, the more less likely that those dynamic wrinkles that happen when we smile, frown, cry, laugh, whatever, are less likely to become static and stick around. So yes, when I talk about why I don't look my age, one of the things I do talk about is that I've always had oily skin, still have somewhat oily skin. I would call it now combination with some dry areas of skin. I'm a little bit older. But cleanser, super important, because it has to be able to deeply cleanse the pores in the skin without overstripping the skin itself of moisture and oil that needs to be there. Because if you do that, then your oil glands respond by producing more oil, which can lead to more breakouts. So we developed this cleanser with meadowsweet extract and lactic acid, 2 ingredients that help dissolve the sebum and help speed up cellular turnover, at the same time keeping those pores clear. And then we included lemon bioflavonoids with plant sterols like rosemary extract, which is very hydrating to the skin. We don't want to dry out skin of any type, and that includes normal and dry. Obviously, we want to keep skin moisturized because hydrated skin is healthy skin. Also included in this formulation is aloe vera, which speaks for itself because it's very healing and speeds up the healing of blemishes. And eucalyptus, which on its own is a microbial antibacterial ingredient in this face wash. So it's very gentle. You can use it twice a day. You simply put a little bit on your fingertips, foam it up, gently massage into the skin, avoiding, of course, the eyes. We don't want to get it in the eyes. Massaging for just about a minute before rinsing it off. We want to gently pat the skin dry, which is now clean, hydrated, and ready for any of your other skin care products that you're using. Now, 2 to 3 times a week it's good to perform a deeper exfoliation process on the skin, and you can accomplish this task without having to use harsh scrubs. You can actually use one of these 2 to 3 times a week, every other day or so, with your face wash to help lift off that outer layer of dead skin that gets trapped and traps that oil. And the great thing about these gentle exfoliation sponges is that they are not going to scratch or tear your skin. Designed to last about a month before you toss them and start with a new one, can really make a difference in how your skin looks and behaves, and how the other products you're using are able to provide more benefits. Now, for the occasional bump on the skin, like I had last Friday, or a patchy area of breakouts, you can use a spot treater like this. This formulation is so amazing, it can actually stop a pimple in its tracks. The minute you start to feel the little bump or the little soreness, if you apply this 2 to 3 times that day, 9 times out of 10, it never even forms a pustule, doesn't even become a breakout. Included in this formulation are alpha and beta hydroxy acids, which help loosen the bond between dead skin cells and the surface of the skin where that oil is trapped, and camphor, which sinks down into the pore and actually eliminates the bacteria right where it is, and helps dissolve the sebum and trapped skin cells that are actually at the root of the cause of the breakout in the first place underneath the skin. All of this to prevent scarring or red marks or dark marks left over from acne breakouts. This stuff is just absolutely amazing. And for ease of use, it's a roll-on, so you just apply it just a little bit to wherever the area is that you're having the breakout or bump, massage that in, and you're really good to go. Amazing stuff. I'd never go anywhere without these. And then, of course, because I'm a big believer in holistic approaches to skin, that's how I cleared up my own skin all those years ago. Even when antibiotics and Accutane couldn't clear my skin, I was able to do it through dietary changes and these type of skincare changes in my routine. And this oil right here, which is tea tree oil. Tea tree oil, one of the best antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial oils that can be used on the skin. 100% organic, very, very safe for your skin when used according to directions. You simply apply that to the area where you're having breakouts or typically get them, and it can really make a huge difference. And for us guys who get razor rash, sometimes from shaving, nothing than a little bit of tea tree oil applied to those areas, especially at night, will absolutely stop bacterial growth in those pores in its tracks. And the other great news is that all of these are really inexpensive items to have on hand to treat a really debilitating and frustrating issue. Because if you're dealing with acne breakouts or super oily skin, I'm with you. I know how that is. Again, all this is in a kit called Clearly Flawless Kit. I'll put a link down below in the video description box. You can also find these items alone, but in a bundle or a kit, you save money and you have all of the tools you need to really get glowing, beautiful skin. Now, if you found this video helpful on what ingredients are actually going to be beneficial to you if you have acne-prone skin or super oily skin, if you did, please like it, share it out. As I said, save the video if you know someone who's suffering from acne breakouts. This is a holistic, botanical way to approach this problem that gets you real results without harsh chemicals or ingredients on your skin, leading to inflammation and redness. And for even more ways to roll back the clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video that I picked out for you next. Thank you for watching and supporting my work. I really do appreciate you. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.